Every single day, in every house, flat, and plot across Kenya, we flush, we drain, we wash, and then we don't think about it anymore. But the waste has to go somewhere, and right now, in 2026, there are two very different systems fighting for that job, right under your plot. Today, we are going underground to break down the science, the costs, and the real-world pros and cons of septic tanks versus biodigesters, specifically here in Kenya. By the end of this video, you will know exactly which system is right for your property, your soil, and your pocket. Let's dig in. First, the septic tank. This is the system most Kenyan homes were built with. A septic tank is a buried concrete box, typically with 2 or 3 chambers. Think of it as a slow underground settling pool. Here is what happens the moment you flush. Stage 1, sedimentation. Wastewater enters the first chamber and slows right down. The heavy stuff, fecal material and food particles sinks to the bottom and forms what we call sludge. The light stuff, fats, oils and grease floats to the top layer as a scum layer. And the liquid in between, that is the effluent. Stage 2, anaerobic digestion. Inside the sealed oxygen-free chambers, naturally occurring bacteria called anaerobes go to work. They consume the organic matter in the sludge, breaking it down into gases and liquid. This process is called anaerobic digestion, and it reduces the volume of solids over time. The gases are ventilated through a properly fitted vent pipe. Stage 3, the soak pit. The clarified effluent then flows out through a pipe into the soak pit, a deep and lined hole filled with hardcore rocks and ballast stones. The effluent filters down through those layers, microbes in the soil do a final cleanup, and the water slowly percolates back into the ground. Now, one critical thing to understand. A septic tank handles both grey water and black water. Grey water from sinks, showers, laundry, black water from your toilet. So everything goes in. That is why the tank must be large. Now, here is the fundamental limitation. Despite all that bacterial activity, the septic tank is not a bottomless pit. Soil, hair, microplastics, they accumulate permanently as sludge, year after year, layer by layer. When the sludge layer reaches the outlet pipe, solids flow into your soak pit. The hardcore gets clogged, the soil pores block up, you end up with a failed soak pit. Sewage backs up into your compound, or worst case, back into your house. This is why exhauster services are needed for a septic tank. For a typical Kenyan household of 5 to 8 people, expect to call an exhauster truck every 2 to 5 years. In Nairobi or Mombasa, a private exhauster will cost you between 8,000 and 15,000 shillings per trip. Now let us talk about the biodigester. A biodigester is a sealed underground tank, usually a pre-made plastic or concrete tank that gets buried outside your home. Unlike a septic tank, which simply collects and holds waste, a biodigester actively destroys the waste. Here's how it works. The biodigester is connected to your toilets only. All the waste from your toilets, what we call black water, flows directly into this sealed tank. Inside the tank lives a colony of bacteria. These are good bacteria, tiny invisible organisms that eat organic waste the same way your stomach digests food. When you first install your biodigester, you introduce this bacteria into the tank. You simply buy a bacteria sachet costing between 3,500 and 7,500 shillings, mix it into 20 liters of water and pour it into the manhole or tip it directly into the toilet bowl and flush. That is it. The bacteria are now inside and they get to work immediately. Every time you flush your toilet, fresh waste enters the tank. The bacteria attack it, breaking it down completely, digesting it the way your gut digests a meal. Over time, the waste is converted into two simple things, gas and water. The gas escapes harmlessly through a vent pipe. The water, now clean enough to safely enter the soil, flows out through an outlet pipe into the soak pit, where it slowly percolates back into the ground. And that is the entire process. Waste goes in, bacteria digest it, gas and water come out. No sludge building up, no exhauster track, no smell. Now, an important distinction. Remember, I said earlier a biodigester handles black water only, which is the waste from your toilets. Grey water, which comes from sinks, showers, kitchen, and laundry, is directed separately to the soak pit. This is precisely why a biodigester is so much smaller than a septic tank. It is processing only the most concentrated organic waste. The biodigester is installed right next to the last manhole of your household drainage system. The final point where all the toilet waste pipes are directed towards. A 1 cubic meter residential unit can serve up to 15 people continuously, and to install a residential 1 meter cubic biodigester, unit labor and initial bacteria, you are looking at 75 to 130,000 shillings. Now, let us put these two systems side by side. Size and footprint. A septic tank requires significant excavation, a large soak pit, and substantial land space. On a small urban plot, it is a real challenge. A 1 meter cubic biodigester, it fits comfortably on a 40 by 60 plot. It can even sit inside a landscaped garden bed. Installation cost. For residential use and depending on size, a septic tank can cost between 150 to 300,000 shillings. A biodigester can cost between 75 to 130,000 shillings. Biodigester wins on cost every time. Maintenance. Septic tank, you need an exhauster every 2 to 5 years, which costs 8,000 to 15,000 shillings per trip. Biodigester, no exhauster needed. Only occasional bacteria top up at 3,000 to 7,500 shillings, which is done after every 5 to 10 years. During bacterial top up, the biodigester is opened and cleaned thoroughly with fresh water. After that, the bacteria mixed with water is poured into the biodigester. Odor. Septic tanks can and do produce odors, especially when nearing capacity and during dislodging. A biodigester is a sealed airtight unit. With a properly fitted vent pipe, it is virtually odor-free. Effluent quality. Septic tank effluent is moderate quality, not suitable for direct reuse. Biodigester effluent is high quality, rich in nitrogen and ammonia, and can be reused for garden irrigation and landscaping. The displacement principle. Both systems work on the same principle. 5 liters in, 5 liters out. Every flush pushes treated effluent forward through the system. The difference is what quality of effluent comes out the other end. Here are 5 reasons why people are switching to biodigesters. Reason 1, the plot size problem. Nairobi and its suburbs is densely populated. Town plots of 40 by 60 or 50 by 100 have become the norm. A full concrete septic tank and soak pit on a 40 by 60 plot can eat up space needed for parking, the house, or a garden. In comparison, a 1 meter cubic biodigester is compact, needs less space to install, and sits neatly next to your last manhole. Reason 2, no more exhauster bills. In a septic tank, because not everything biodegrades, you will always need an exhauster to remove the sludge. The bacteria and enzymes in a biodigester achieve near complete digestion of organic waste. The end products are gas and water. No meaningful sludge accumulation. No sludge means no exhauster. Over 10 years, that saving is enormous. Reason 3, the effluent is useful. The treated water leaving a biodigester soak pit is rich in ammonia and plant-available nitrogen. Recycling your household effluent for garden irrigation is a genuine bankable benefit. Now let's talk about the do's and don'ts. A biodigester is a living system, and like any living thing, it needs to not be poisoned. Here is what to do, and more importantly, what never to do. Do add bacteria regularly. Buy biodigester bacteria sachets, 3,500 to 7,500 shillings, depending on quantity, every 5 to 10 years. Mix with 20 liters of water and pour it into the biodigester's manhole, or pour the bacteria directly into the toilet bowl and flush. Do always flush with water. Every time you use the toilet, flush fully. The displacement principle requires water to push effluent through the system. Do dilute your cleaners. When you use toilet cleansers, bleach or acidic products, always flush with plenty of water afterwards. You're not eliminating the chemical. What you're doing is you are ensuring it reaches the tank in a concentration too low to kill the bacteria colony. Now, do not flush solid non-biodegradables. Sanitary pads, baby wipes, condoms, cotton buds, plastic wrappers, hair. None of these belong in a biodigester. They cannot be broken down by any enzyme. They will accumulate and block the system. Put them in the dustbin. Do not pour harsh chemicals directly into the biodigester. Never pour undiluted bleach, acid, drain and blockers, or pesticides directly into the manhole or biodigester's inlet. They will kill your entire microbial colony and your system will stop working. Do not connect grey water to the biodigester. Kitchen water, laundry water, and shower water, the grey water goes directly to the soak pit, not into the biodigester. The biodigester is sized for black water only. That is the waste coming from toilets. Overloading it with grey water reduces efficiency, and the harsh chemicals from soaps and detergents can kill the bacteria. So, septic tank or biodigester, if you're building on a large plot, deep red volcanic soil, good percolation, access to exhauster services, and a budget that allows the higher upfront cost, a well-designed septic tank remains a reliable, proven system. There's nothing fundamentally wrong with it. But if you are on a small urban or peri-urban plot, a 40 by 60, a 50 by 100, if you're building in black cotton soil, near the coast, near a water body, in a swampy area, or anywhere where the water table is high, the biodigester is not just a better choice, it may be your only viable choice. And even on those large plots, the savings from a biodigester are compelling. Lower installation cost, no exhauster bills, bacteria costing a few thousand shillings instead of frequent exhauster services costing 8 to 15,000. Effluent you can actually reuse, a sealed system with no odor. This is why across Kenya in 2026, from Nairobi to Kisumu, from Eldoret to Mombasa, biodigesters are winning. Now, if you found this video helpful, drop a comment below. Tell us which system you have, which one you are planning to install, and any questions you have. As always, thanks for your time and for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.